Hey everyone, this here is Logan Thurman of Model Railway Pack Shop, and today I just wanted to share a video of all three of my Northern Pacific Class A and A2 484s. I finally got all three of them up and running and working, and you can see the headlights on them are working just fine. I also have the Southern Pacific GS6 currently in progress, and if we get some shade in here, maybe turn off this light over here behind me, you can actually see small firelight in the firebox. It's very, very dim, not super noticeable, designed on purpose. But it's got fully functioning lighting, headlight, class lights, number boards of course, and the cab light and gauge light for the MU system works. And then the rear backup light and the rear markers do work. Let's go ahead and start with pulling up the locomotive. So I'm going to turn off the headlight to 2601 over here. Let's go ahead and hit the select button and type in 4460, enter. Alright, now we got it. Alright, let's start here. We're going to start with the headlight. Headlight comes on. Then I'm going to press F5 for the front class lights, and they are a white LED color because it's for extra chain classification based on what the owner has preferred from his previous work that was done. And then F6 is for the rear red ones. Okay, and then if we hit the direction, backup light comes on, but the front headlight stays on too. Then we're going to hit F7 for the flying number boards, and then we're going to hit F9 for both the cab interior lighting and the gauge light for the MU system. If you look real close, I can't really zoom in with this GoPro, but it is lit, and it's a very warm white ring around the white gauge. But yeah, that is the current progress on these brass models that I've been working on my own over the weekend. Now I've been working on this Southern Pacific F1 Class 210-2. It is getting some major work done. And this Santa Fe 464 Hudson, or Baltic, because it was the way different railroads would call them. This one's getting a full rebuild. The drivers are still in the mail. I did get notice that they are being shipped, so they should be here in a couple days. Possibly Monday, tomorrow, the earliest. But other than that, I'm about to get the tender ready to do some stripping off of it and repainting. I did replace the wheels on the tender though with some 33 inches from Northwest Shortline instead of the standard 36s, because the tender itself sits too high with 36 inches, so you don't get the clearance from the cab roof aprons up here that have been added on to represent the prototype back in the day, or what it actually is now is what I should say. But it is super smooth rolling with the existing wheels, Only problem is the center driver likes to spin off of the center axle. I'm waiting for the new ones to come in that have the new axles, the new brass driver centers with the new gearbox and everything all attached to it. And that's what I'm working on there. We've also, as you can see, got a Rio Grande 2882L131, and it's being made up as number 3807 or 3607, sorry, wrong number. Then I got these two Great Northern Mikados, and these ones are not getting DCC sound, but they are going to get the corrosion on them, like the copper rust and the zinc oxide cleaned off and prepared for painting in the Glacier Park or green boiler scheme. A lot of people call it the Glacier Park scheme. I just call it the green boiler scheme because it's a different shade of green on the boiler jacketing than the Glacier Park scheme, which used the Empire Builder olive green. So mine's going to be more to the accurate specs of the pre-Glacier scheme. And then I still have this Reading T1 that I'm working on. Slowly getting together. I did have to do some pipe modifications. Right over top the front, the reverser linkage, as the top of it would bind and hit the little pipe detail going to the feed water heater from the water pump. So that pipe had to be shaved off to allow for clearance so that it would roll freely as well with no issues either. So you can see it's moving freely, very easily, which is a good thing because that means I don't have to do a whole bunch of replacing of that part. It's still got most of its form, so it won't be noticeable at all. But I will still be needing to add the cab stripe, and then I'm also need to get the tender painted, and it is stacked up here with the tender parts from 3 different models in here. And right now I need to change out the water. It's getting blicky from paint and lacquer thinner. Other than that, it's pretty good. And then here's my workbench. As you can see, a typical dirty, gross workbench, full of junk, as usual. But the biggest thing is this Great Northern H4. Now this H4 is being done in a custom scheme by the owner. Instead of doing the gray boiler jacket, he wanted to represent their black boiler jacket from the 1920s instead, but still having the stylization of a modernized engine from post 1927 with the Great Northern headlight, gold number boards on the front of the headlight bracket, and it's going to get the chrome added into the headlight. I used the Molotov brand chrome pen, which is right over here. This is the one I use, liquid chrome from Molotov. or Molotov. But yeah, it's what I use for most of my chroming of headlights. In the oven right now, I'm trying to protect this tender until I can do more paint work on it. It needs to be satin coated and get the coal load put in and weathered for the Rio Grande L131 back over here. But yeah, there's also this boxcar that I'm working on. I need to get the couplers swapped out, replaced with better ones, because it has a bad order coupler on one side, so I'm gonna have to replace the knuckle and the bottom shelf part to it. I don't know if it's a shelf or not. But other than that, yeah, it needs to get that done. There's the frame, the pilot truck frame. We'll be getting spoked wheels for that pilot truck for this Great Northern engine to give it that as-built appearance still. And let's see, here's my dad's table. Big, huge mess, as usual, taking it over. And that's about it. So, yeah, hope you guys like this video. I'll try and do a little more vlog-style videos in the future. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.